With full transparency, I decided to redo my initial review of the Flip 6. After spending a few more days using it as my primary device, my perspective has changed. Initially, I was quite critical of the Flip 6 because on paper and upon unboxing, it seemed almost identical to last year's Flip 5. However, the same can be said for the Fold 6. I wanted to be fair and give the Flip 6 the same consideration I gave the Fold 6, despite its minor refinements. Therefore, I took the additional time to evaluate the Flip 6 before finalizing my review, and I'm ready to share my thoughts. The Flip 6 boasts a sleek design with a larger cover display and refined hinge, making it both stylish and functional. Since it's summer after all, I went with this bright peach model, and while I initially wasn't a fan, it's actually growing on me. I always go without a case on all of my devices. That's no different here on the Flip 6. The improved build quality really enhances the overall durability and performance under stress. Similar to the Flips before this one, you can open and close this device with ease, and you can of course shut it really as hard as you want without fear of damage. It's a pretty sturdy device, so no need to be concerned about foldables, flippables, and fragility, which I also mentioned in my Fold 6 review. While the design has been refined, it remains very similar to the Flip 5, which might not justify an upgrade for most. There's the inclusion of a new vapor chamber in the Flip 6 for cooling, but the device still tends to get warm during extended use or intensive tasks. Not too hot or anything, but it's reminiscent of the Flip 5 also. The Flip 6 features the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 chip and 12 gigabytes of RAM, providing a significant boost in speed and multitasking capabilities compared to the predecessor. Performance-wise, it's going to feel probably marginal coming from the Flip 5, but in terms of the older flips, you might notice a pretty significant difference, and there's no stutter or lag, of course, in everyday use. Some AI features and performance optimizations rely on cloud processing, which might not be ideal for users in areas with less reliable internet connectivity. Until AI is truly on device, this will most likely be a concern with all mobile devices pushing AI right now, not just limited to the Flip 6. With a 4000 mAh battery, the Flip 6 offers better battery life than the Flip 5, which had a 3700 mAh battery, ensuring the Flip 6 will last over a day with regular use. Heavier use, you may want to keep your charger near or at least a wireless charger close by to top off when possible throughout your day. Though despite improvements in battery capacity, the Flip 6 still supports only 25-watt wired charging and 15-watt wireless charging, which may feel slow compared to most Android competitors. I don't want to spend a ton of time on the cameras, but the camera setup has received a few notable upgrades, with better sensors and improved AI features for photography, making the camera setup here more competitive with other flagship devices. It is nice to use the rear main cameras for selfie photos though if you regularly capture selfies, or you can set up the Flip 6 as a tripod to capture videos easily on the go. With all of the above in mind, the Flip 6 is priced higher than its predecessor, which might be a deterrent for budget-conscious buyers, especially considering the incremental updates here. This initially is what struck me as odd. A lot of smartphone manufacturers are boasting their AI features as reasoning behind some of their increases, but it's certainly not contributing to more value add just yet. I would love to see the price go down, which I think many people would love to see the prices of many things go down. Don't get me wrong, there's many trade-in deals and some carriers even giving away the Flip 6 free with installment deals. However, at say $799, this may have been more compelling and easier to recommend to many interested in diving into the Flip series. For me personally, I use my device way too much to constantly open and close my phone. I just find the outer cover display is not nearly as functional as that of the Motorola Razr Plus series. With the Flip 6, you can, through labs and Samsung apps like Good Lock, enable more features, but it's still very limited. Also, I don't use any of Samsung's apps. I prefer Google's apps for calendar, etc., so I end up with very few, if any, widget options out of the box for the cover display. If the Flip 6 outer display was a bit more functional, I may have a totally different view on this device, but it's just not the device for me. However, that doesn't mean that it might not be the right device for you if you're thinking of trying out the Flip for the first time or looking to upgrade your current Flip, which is why I took a second look at this device before I just threw out my initial thoughts. On that note, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below on the Samsung Galaxy Flip 6. As always, thank you for watching, take care, and stay safe.